Okay, so on to the next track / performance in Sonia's Young Soul Saturdays, which we are doing on Sunday. This over here is Dirkschneider and The Old Gang. Now, never heard of this band at all. This is brand new to the channel. This is called Face of a Stranger. There is a message over here from Sonia that says Dirkschneider and The Old Gang, also known as DATOG, is a German metal band from Germany. Okay, so this is completely new. For those of you who are only joining us now, we're doing a catch-up week this week. This week we're catching up on extended series, we're catching up on requests, we're catching up on other songs that are not requests, like 21 Pilots, that they dropped something new, which I haven't reacted to, and I'm dying to react to. So yeah, this week is the catch-up week from this Sunday right through until next Sunday. It's catch-up week, okay? And we'll probably still be catching up even after that, but the week after that I'm recording Ali Anthem, so it just depends on my schedule. Actually, we probably will be done with the catch-ups. We'll probably be done with the catch-ups this week, actually. It's not much to catch up. We just missed a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever. Anyway, let's rock and roll, man. Let's see what we got over here. Dirkschneider and The Old Gang, Face of a Stranger. Let's go. This is new. Quite an intro over here. Feels like I'm watching, I don't know, Star Wars or something. Although I've never watched Star Wars. We just know the iconic fonts. Oh wait, I actually just realized that this is an inhaler, people. It's an inhaler. Alright, it's nothing illicit, right? It's just that my sinuses have been funny lately. So this Vicks inhaler. Look, it's an inhaler. Alright? Before you people watching me sniff something on camera, alright? It's Vicks. It's good for my sinuses. Let's go. That's the face of fucking reality that they're talking over there. I actually really like this. It's kind of got like an old school American type sound, American rock type sound, but the German rock bands definitely do have this particular sound a lot. Rammstein's also got this type of sound as well. I think Rammstein's a little bit heavier, more heavier metal, right, than this, although this is kind of there, right? But they're different, right? I like the actual premise of this. You can see it like immediately. Firstly, when I first saw the guy, where he's kind of naked and it's almost like he just stepped out of the shower, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. But then the concept over here is very clever. The concept over here is actually facing yourself. And sometimes in life, you will get these stages in life where you'll look at yourself in the mirror and you won't even recognize who you are. Right? You're looking at someone different. You're looking at someone that's not you, right? So, and everyone's had that. And that's a very, very, very difficult prospect to face, right? It's to face the idea that this whole sort of creation that you have in your head of who you are as a person is all just one big fucking lie. It's all bullshit. Right? And that realization, that day where you drop the delusion, that day where you let go of that denialism, right? And look at yourself in the mirror and be like, fuck me. Like, is this who you are? Is this what this is what you had envisioned for yourself? This is who you've become, right? So it's almost like you're staring at a completely different person, even though it is you, essentially. Philosophically, actually, it's actually quite an interesting concept over there, because we only know what we look like by what we see in the mirror. Like, is that reflection really what we look like? We don't know. We've never seen ourselves for ourselves. We've never actually seen physically our face. We've had to see it through a reflection, essentially. So philosophically, maybe that reflection that's coming back at you from the actual mirror, right, might not really be who you are. I think you're not even meant to know who you are. I've said this 1,000 times. I don't think anybody's ever anyone that tells you I know who I am is talking absolutely bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. Anybody that tells me that, I'm like, oh, you know who you are? Okay, cool. Let me put you in a concentration camp. Let me see if you know who you are. Right? Let me put you in a situation of war. Let me see, do you know who you are? Right? Let me put you in a completely dire, tragic situation. Do you know who you are? You don't know how you're going to act. Nobody knows who they are. That's what's so beautiful about life, right? Is that you morph many times in life, right? And you find something else that's beautiful about yourself in life, right? You find more of your weaknesses, more of your strengths, all the way up until your deathbed. And I think if you're playing into the philosophical side of that, it's kind of like what you see in the mirror throughout your life is going to consistently change. Always. It's going to consistently. That reflection will keep morphing, all right? In terms of how you see yourself. You never really see your true self. You'll never be able to actually see your true self, both psychologically and physically, if not that it's actually projected back at you from a mirror or from the world itself. From the feedback you get from the world is very much that, like that mirror. You get to know who you are and negotiate who you are based on what you put out and what you get back. Right? And what you get back might sometimes not align with how you see yourself. Right? You might see it very distorted because you don't know how to see yourself. Right? It's beautiful. It's actually very, very cool. There's a better way to actually unpackage that. I just can't remember exactly verbatim how that was presented to me. Obviously I'm paraphrasing, I'm putting my own sort of little spin on it, but anyway, carry on. Look me in the eye, like the face of a stranger, and it's time to say goodbye. Many moments full of flashbacks, right? Reflect another life. Reality has turned black. It's gonna be alright. I'm living in a dream world, always on my own, and missing all the true words. Where's everybody gone? On the face of a stranger. I like this, but I don't know if it's just the production in this or if it's just... Let me try something else here. I mean, these are the better earphones that I actually have here. The ones that I've been listening to are the top dogs, but I just want to try on something else. Not afraid to cry on the face of a stranger. No more time to reason why. Like, it's very cool. Like, it's very cool. I like the sound a lot, but I kind of find like that instrumentation for a song that has got some energy in it. I find like the instrumentation isn't kicking hard enough for me. I think it kind of feels a little low, and I think it might feel a little low because the sort of vocals are somewhat sort of like tempered down a bit, right? But you want those electric guitars to be louder. You want them, you wanted the whole mastering of this to be sort of like 2-3 notches louder, so you really get that kick in your chest. Look straight I like the whole idea of a stranger, because a stranger could be you're a stranger to yourself, right? Because you've literally gone the opposite way from who you are, right? So you're no longer sort of in alignment with your star. You started off with sort of being in somewhat alignment of your star. You're not ever in alignment with your star, but you've kind of gone the opposite way entirely. So you're very far away from who you think you should be, right? And then also that concept could be played into an actual stranger, right? Looking a stranger in the face in terms of, are you a genuine person? And when you present yourself to somebody you don't know, how do you comport yourself? Do you know what I mean? Essentially. So in terms of also, how do you get feedback how do you take feedback from strangers? Essentially, all of this is kind of very much playing with your own psychological state of mind. Okay, that's what the whole thing is talking about. But I like the sort of play, right? There's kind of like there's a paradox of sorts in here with regards to the stranger being the actual stranger, and then you being the stranger as well. Right? And the flip of that in terms of the stranger giving you the feedback of who you really are, and that's the reflection of yourself, whether you want to accept it or you don't want to accept it, right? Or you seeing yourself as the stranger in the mirror because you are completely different to who you thought you should be, or you are completely different to what you should be, essentially. Right? You've created a completely different persona, a completely different character, and that's what will terrify people the most, actually. The most terrifying thing is this character, this idea of yourself that you created of yourself, then gets played back at you, and you realize, holy shit, I'm not this person at all. I'm not. You see yourself for your true colors, right? And that's terrifying, because that means you need like sort of monumental, earth-shaking, tectonic shift type change in your existence. Anyway, carry on. Years of anguish and shame, a song of vanishing melodies, where days and nights sound the same. Time is endless forevermore, like dreams of wind's golden gale. Behind the rim of the final door, there's sounds of darkness I want this louder. Is it just me? This is a very cool song. You see, it sounds like the vocals are behind the instruments. Like the face of a stranger, look me in the eye. Like the face of a stranger, and it's time to say goodbye. That over there, who's the guy in the mirror, when you don't actually recognize who you are. It's terrifying shit. I know, I've been there. I like, when he said the face of a stranger, and then there was that reverb, stranger, 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 almost like that echoey sort of reverby type sound over there is actually quite cool, because it paints that picture in terms of thinking about it from a creative perspective in the actual song, as it creates that feeling as if you are sort of isolated and alone and in a sort of isolated place, like in a bathroom and stuff like that. Right? Where it's almost like despair, as if you're shouting at the mirror and all you're getting is the echo. you know, that's casting out. I like that. A lot of meaning to that as well, psychologically and philosophically as well. Anyway, carry on.
Always on my own, where is everybody gone? I wish I could remember, but I've lost it all forever. Look the stranger in the eye.
Look the stranger in the eye. I like the way that they ended that. Love that look the stranger dead in the eye. Do not be scared of that stranger, because that's where you're going to get the most meaningful change in your life, is when you actually face the reality of your own existence. Anyway, absolutely love that. That was very cool. I was just checking that we're not missing anything after the credits. You guys let me know what you think down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Making sure. Definitely didn't miss anything. Just credits. Okay, cool.